Hello, my name is Ángel Zaragoza Costa. Today I'm going to perform this piece. This is the practice number 17, and I'm going to code in for a CNC coding machine of a milling machine. And this is a piece very simple. Um, we can see we have different altitudes of the piece of the relief. And basically, the most difficult part of here is going to be the control of this perimeter of the outside the figure. Um, but I'm going to calculate it first just to be more quick. We can see here that the total of this piece is 75 because we have here 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters each part. So the next part is going to start doing this part of this contour for the axis of X. Well, in this case, I'm going to use a tool of 10 of diameter because it's going to be more easy to calculate the points. And considering that for the control, and this is going to be 2.5 to this point. I mean for the almost touching this part. So I'm going to rest 2.5 minus 5, that is the radio of this, is going to be 2 minus 2.5 of the x axis. And in the middle of the piece, this piece has a of the y-axis 45, so it's going to be 24.5. The next point is I'm going to go up until the 22.5 plus the 12. That's going to be 22.5 plus 12, 32, 34.5. Then we're gonna go to 10 plus the 2.5 plus 12.5. And this is for the x-axis, and the y-axis going to be, we had 2.5 here in this little space, and for this part, it is equal to 40 because we need to rest the 2.5 of each part. So 2.5 plus 40 equals 42.5 plus another 5 equals 47.5. Then we're going to stop here in this point. This point is equal to 75 minus 12.5 because we have 2.5 here and this is a radio of 10. So it's 62.5 in the same altitude. Now we are here in the next one. It's going to be in the axis 70.5 because we are just summing the radio. And for the altitude of here, we're gonna rest the 45 minus the 12.5, 32.5. Okay, this is this is equal to 32.5. Then continue to this point. I'm going to stop until we reach the 12.5 because we have 2.5 plus 10. And in the same point we have up there and the minus 2.5. And finally we go to the same point here. To go to this place in the axis X, we're going to rest 22.5 minus 12 equals this. So then we're gonna check just a little bit before. Oh, we can say this is 12.5 because we have here 12.5 plus 10 equals 12.5. And also, let me check if we have other mistakes. We have 12.5, 70.34, resting minus 2, 5, 8. Okay, I think this is correct. But now we made the most difficult thing. So we're going to start writing the code. We're going to establish the size of this piece. We can do a billet. In the x-axis, we have 75. The y-axis, we have 45. And the zeta, we have a total of 10, sorry, 12, 20. We're going to define the tools that we're going to use. The first tool that we're going to use is for the radio up here is a radio of 4. So that means it's a diameter of 8. Well, in this case, we are uh, we're going to write the first tool that is this of the diameter of 8. Uh, and then we're going to go to the next diameter that is going to be the one of 10 to the contour or the perimeter of this figure to depth T3 with a diameter of 20 for the middle part. And this is the other one. We're going to edge move because the length of the axis is too long. So we have to write this to configure it later to not have an error. We're going to start putting the same setup as always. Our assembly machine code, the home, the tool that we're going to use first, and this one is going to start the subroutine one, or the diameter of a subroutine. For this, we're going to establish to consider this point to here. So we're gonna move to this point because we already connected here. And the axis of y going to be this one because we are considered is the 40 and 20 plus the 2.5 is equal to here minus 12. I'm going to write this one to have a security line. Then we're gonna go down. Then we're going to start with the first subroutine. The coding pass for this is 1 millimeter each times. So this has a depth of 5, so it's going to repeat 5 times. Then the number of this is the 1700, and when what we're going to do is just passing uh, up and down using this bar. We're going to save this, and we're going to load the subroutine. Then we're going to write the incremental, then we're going to 0 - 1. We're going to go back to the absolute coordinates. We already are in this point. Going to go to that point. I'm try checking and I have that error. This is because I didn't consider it well. It's supposed to be linear, so the problem that I didn't consider is because it's 42.5 minus 12. It's well, I mean, it's the middle plus 12 going to be the same. Then we're going to continue with the next point. We're going to go down and up, so we're going to go to this point again and just end the code. We're going to save and go back to the principal routine. This is the end. Now we're gonna go to code this part from here to here, just coding all these points. And to continue, this is we have to change the tool again because we need to use a bigger one to not pass too much times. In this case, we are going to use the tool of 20 to pass directly in the next part. This is the geometry of 30. Then we stop it. We have to change the tool. This is the 3. We have to start spinning again. We have to go to the next point. I'm going to be here because it's 20 plus 2.5 plus other 10 equals this, and the y is going to be on just a little higher than this, higher than the middle, because we are going to be something like this and going down. And we're going to use the next routine. It's going to repeat only 3 times because we have here that the total of the this is going to be 5 minus this part is going to be 3. Then I'm sorry, it's going to be 5 because we have a total of 8 minus this is going to be 5 times it's going to go down because it's going to be at the same surface of this, but now we're going to start cutting only these parts, these points. Then we're going to go back to 0, 1 and save. Now we're going to go to the next routine. I'm going to write E99 and 0 - 1. Then we're going to go back to the absolute. We're going to position it in the same point that we had before. Then we're going to go until the last part to here. And we're going to go just go down. We're going to go to the same point and go down. We're going down again. And we're going to go to the left. Then we are going to go a little more down. Going to the right. Okay. And finally going to the original point. And M99 to enter code. We're going to save. I'm going back to the original practice. We're going to use the part 2. Then we're going to just to move to the second part. We are going to start positioning it something like this. We're going to cover this area and this circle here. We're going to move to the next point. It's going to be 32.5 because here we have the this point of 2.5 plus 10 plus 10 from the middle of this part is going to be 32.5. And y is going to be the something like 35, 45, or a little less more. And what we're going to do here is just to start doing some up, down, going to the middle and going to the right, going to the left, go up again, and start up that um, loop. Then we're going to position it in the we're going to position it in the 0, of -5 because we already got this part. So next part is going to be the M98 to start the subroutine. Is going to repeat in the total of 3 times because here we have that the total of here is 5 minus 2 plus 3. So it's going to repeat it 3 times. After this, it's going to go to 0, 1, and this is 10. Going to save and go to this practice. Then in this, as explained before, we're going to do all this middle part. So we're going to start with 391, theta minus 1, 390 to go to absolute again. Then position it in the same point that we established. When going go down, and position it now in the middle. I forgot to put the 0, 1. And finally go to the X in the next point. That should be the this point. So it's located in 20 plus 20 plus 2.5. So it's going to be equal to 42.5. Then go back to this and go into the real to point the linear altitude of y-axis. After, always put this to finish the code. And save and go to the original. And finally, we're just missing the contour. So this is not going to be a problem because we already have these points that we calculated in the beginning of the video. And for this, we're going to change a tooth of the 10 of diameter. That is tool number 3. So this is the diameter of 10. And for this, what we're going to do here is always change the machine because we don't have to have some strike between the machine and the tool. Then we're going to go back to home. Then we're going to change the tool number 3. And we're going to start spinning again. We're going to 0, 1. And the next minus 2.5. And y is going to be 22.5. Then we're going to position it in 0, 0 because we're going to start from this point because we didn't marker this. So it's going to use only the contour of this figure. and this is a total of 5 plus 5 equals 10. So it's equals 10 of axis that the number of times we're going to repeat the loop. And this is the 1703. And going to 0 1 after we finish. Then always mark the end of the code and end. We're going to save and going back to the subroutine. Now, what we're going to do here, we already marked these points. So we are not going to have a problem with that because we already calculated the beginning. So we're going to start, as always, with G91 to incremental, 0 minus 1, then G90, then the first point is positioned at this one. We already put it in the beginning. Now we're going to go back to augmentate a little bit this of this one. Then we're going to do the semicircle from here to here. So we're gonna use this coordinate. And the radio is going to be 15 because you have 10 plus the 5 of the radio. Next one is in 0 1 because you have to move 60.5 in next. We're going to do that radio again. We're going to position it in 70.5, X and Y 32.5. And the radio of 50. Now we're going to go down to that point, this one. Then in next 62.5, Y minus 2.5 in the radio of 15. 0 1 because we're going to move to the X 12.5. Another radio of minus 2.5 and Y 12.5. Then we're going to the same value that we start. It's going to be 2.5. Then 99 to enter code. I'm going to save. After this, the practice is finished. So we're going to wait just a little bit to perform this practice. We have to put the set addon to start doing the programmation. I'm going to show until the PC show. So I'm going to wait just a little time. So this is the final path. As we can see, we first do this part from the circles that were going down up. Then we were made doing this to recover the phrase cape. Then we did this line and go into this middle part of the circle. And finally, we just do the cover, or the cordon. And finally, we're going to show the 3D view. This is the final result. So this is the final result. As we can see here, is the similar that we had made. So this is the practice performance. Thank you for watching.